Good morning.
Morning.
It's Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Yeah. Ooh! And all over that. Yeah.
Are you superstitious
Nah,
about
it's
that?
all, girl. I'll be great. There's only one thing. I think I might have told you this before. There's only one thing I won't do. And
Walk
that's
under a ladder.
walk under a ladder.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if a black cat passed me or I broke a mirror or any of that,
Yeah.
it wouldn't bother me in the slightest. But a ladder is the one I would hold exception
That's
to.
more practical than anything, is it? Who wants to
Yeah.
walk under a ladder and get splattered with something?
Yeah, something fall on your head, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The weather today, do you know what? It's little bit mixed. We're going to see some sunshine in places. For the most part, there will be a lot of cloud cover and the odd shower. And temperatures today of up to 13 or 14 degrees as well. So not a bad day, but a little bit mixed in most areas.
How are you today, alright?
Good form.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at about 7:10, as always, we check out today's papers in full. So I've been having a quick look at them here. Irish Examiner front page warnings as house prices surged 13%. This isn't the 12 months to February. We had heard that in 2018 expected to rise 10%, so they've already gone up 13%. And even in places like the Midlands, where house prices sometimes can be a bit lower, 14.8% increase in that 12 months. So good news for anybody who was selling a house.
This is
but not
like
at all
going
good
back
news.
to 2010 again, isn't it?
Mad. We were seeing earlier in the week, of course, people queuing as well overnight in Dublin to buy houses. This awful story from the Irish Examiner, I don't know what to say about it. Gardaí investigating after a so-called rape list was found in the boys' toilets at a Cork school. It invited people to pick a female student to be raped.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I read it last night as well. It's awful. Awful story.
I think there's a lot of talk about consent now, and I think people need to get real and talk to their teenage sons and daughters about not just consent, but about everything, about sex, and to be really open about it. And I think parents need to completely educate themselves about the type of pornography that young people are watching.
Yeah.
And I'm not a prude or anything, but I do think you need to, if you're a parent and you've got little 15-year-olds living in the house with you or whatever age they are, I think you need to have a real frank conversation with them about porn.
Yeah, well, gone are the days where you look at, boobs in a nudie mag. You know what I mean?
Oh, gone.
Those days are well gone, like, you know what I mean?
And have a look at it yourself so that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm serious now. People don't have a clue what their kids are watching.
And, there was a lot of debate last week when consent being taught in schools was brought up. And, if there was ever a story to make you kind of go, actually, do you know what, we do need to talk about this. It's that story in the Examiner today.
Yeah, for sure. That's on the front page of the Irish Examiner. If you want to have a look at that, I'm sure you're going to be hearing lots more about it. The man in Dublin who was accused of murdering his wife, he was in jail awaiting trial, found dead. Keith Lee pictured on the front page of the Irish Sun today. More on Syria and Russia and all the trouble there on the front page of the Times, and that's the Times Ireland edition. And in the Irish Times as well, Ulster Rugby and IRFU officials under pressure from sponsors. You mentioned this yesterday. Bank of Ireland is highly concerned about Ulster Rugby and the fact that they might take the men who were cleared in the rape case back into the fold. So that is one of the big stories in the Irish Times as well this morning.
And they are their main sponsor, actually, Bank of Ireland. The top trends in Ireland this morning: Aintree, the Aintree Grand National's on tomorrow.
Oh yeah, very good.
Am I right in saying it's essentially a lottery when it comes to that, because there's so many horses in it?
Completely.
Yeah.
And I won it. Not me personally.
Yeah,
but,
you weren't riding the horse, like. Yeah.
I won it once, but at 33-1. So there's an example
there you
of
go.
it's a total lottery, I think. But we'll do it here. Will we do a sweep
I
here?
think we probably, they normally do a sweep in the office here,
Okay.
but that's trending this morning. Arsenal are trending because they they drew with CSKA Moscow last night, but they won 6-3 in aggregate, so they're gone through to the Europa League semi-finals. They're probably going to win it, if I'm being honest. And Aoife McGregor is trending this morning. Aoife would be a sister of Erin and Connor. We're going to play the reason why Aoife is trending this morning on the radio, but there's a voice message. If you're online now, you can have a look at it. It is trending on Twitter this morning, and let's just say Aoife's not happy.
This made my morning. I don't know why it's making me so happy. When I came in this morning, I wasn't in great form, if I'm honest. Feeling a bit down. Aoife McGregor cheered me right up.
Yeah. It's a message she sent to a dog groomer. We're not actually entirely sure what the full story is behind it, but the voice message itself, as a standalone piece, is trending.
The dog room is moving. They're on their way to live in Lanzarote.
Probably. Today is your day, not Friday the 13th. Today's Scrabble Day. So,
hey!
Your mom's
Great.
addicted to Scrabble, although you haven't gone back to it in a while.
Aye.
It's also International Plant Appreciation Day.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Listen, I told you I'm the worst gardener ever.
Yeah.
I'm desperate, like.
Yeah.
Things that die. Although my mum was
I
at my house
believe it.
lately, and she gave me a plant at Christmas, and it was still there. And she was like, "Jesus, I never expected that to last this long." She never expected it to see the spring.
when I moved,
It's dead now, by the way, Mom.
when I moved to Kerry, I moved into an apartment, and I decided that a plant would make the place look a little bit more homely
And make you feel more grown up.
Exactly. So I went to Ballyseedy Garden Centre in Tralee, and I
Lovely.
bought myself a plant. I named him Teddy, and it lasted all the way till I moved out.
Wow, what kind of plant was it?
I actually
Cactusy kind of a thing.
couldn't tell you. I mean, it was like an evergreen little thing. There was no flowers in it, like. But the reason I didn't get to keep it is because when I moved, I dropped it and the pot burst open and it just went everywhere.
Aw,
and that was the
Teddy.
end of Teddy. Yeah, so
Teddy's guts all over the place.
Teddy's guts ended up on the car park near the Abbey Bar, the Abbey Inn in Tralee. That's what happened to Teddy.
Oh.
R.I.P.
Sorry,
I cleaned it up though.
I
Kerry County Council, I cleaned it up. You know?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I did.
So I got sidetracked there thinking about your plant. Oh yeah, I've got fuchsia in my garden. I love fuchsia. It's one of my favourite flowers. Yeah, but you know it grows wildly in Kerry, obviously.
Yeah.
But I went to Ballyseedy as well, actually, and I just said to them, I need something for my garden that even a complete idiot could grow. And your mum was like, "Oh, you couldn't be that bad." I was like, "No, I'm awful." So he brought me over to the fuchsia, and he said, like, nobody could kill this. Yeah. So I was like, I'll be back to you probably in a few months' time. Fair play to him. I've had it. It's about the 7th year of the fuchsia in my garden. Now, at the moment, it's like there's no buds on it really, but soon it will almost overtake my patio completely. And every time my parents come in, my dad's like, "I'll cut that back a bit for you," I'd say. I'm like, no, you
you
leave
don't want
it.
it? You want to leave it?
Oh, I want it whoosh, all over the place. It's kind of like a scene from Jumanji or something in my garden sometimes. It's total madness.
Actually, again, sidetracked here, but I was trying to tell the lads recently that I watched the new Jumanji.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, lads, I saw the new Jungle Book. It was really good, yeah.
Jungle
The
Book.
Rock is really good in it. And they're like, so they didn't get it for a second. They're like, "Do you mean Jumanji?" And I was like, "Yeah, wait, what did I say?" And they said, "You said the Jungle Book." Yeah, oh, it's my bad. So, very confusing.
R.I.P. Teddy the Plant, says Richard. Morning DJ as well. And Sheila messaged a few minutes ago just to remind people it's County Cleanup Weekend.
Yes, tomorrow, yeah. I got a little slip in the door yesterday to say that my estate are going to be out in their droves as well, doing a bit.
Cool.
So do your bit for County Cleanup Day tomorrow. No matter what it is, the smallest thing will help everybody. So wherever you are in the county, try and do your bit as well. You'll hear the ads on the radio too, all right? Now, we've got a busy show between now and 9 o'clock. We're looking for your plans for the weekend as well. I haven't got much. I've got a match tonight, a match on Sunday. And tomorrow I plan on, actually, speaking of gardening, I have to get some supplies to get at the garden tomorrow now. I have to get, the wire for the strimmers. I have to go and get new wire. Yeah, that broke, so I'm just going to get some of that. So that's my plan tomorrow.
That as well. I think my strimmer broke as well, but
I'll get you
8
wire
years
tomorrow.
ago.
I'll get you cable tomorrow.
Cool. I'm off to Legion tomorrow.
Oh, big game, is
where
there?
I've never been.
Oh, it's a nice place actually. Legion have a lovely clubhouse there as well.
Well, I'm going tomorrow morning for our first under-8 match. We're moving up through the divisions now. It's gonna be good, I'd say.
Have a good crack. Yeah, so let us know your plans for the weekend. Comment here, and we'll give you a shout out on the radio as well this morning. All right, we better get going on the whole radio side of things.
Oh, music-wise today, we've got Paloma Faith, we've got Rita Ora coming up on the show, and who wants to hear Curtis Stigers?
You do.
Yeah, and is there anybody else who wants to hear Curtis Stigers? Rich, my sister-in-law, I think maybe likes him.
If I had
definitely
tumbleweed, I'd make it blow past us.
And with brand new music from the weekend. Oh, loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it.
That's coming up the show this morning. So have a good week, have a good weekend and a good day, and we'll talk to you on the radio in a few minutes. Morning.